Hello, and a very warm welcome to our deep dive into the fascinating world of electronics. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a concept that is absolutely essential for understanding how much of our modern world works. We're talking about alternating current, or AC, and specifically, a term you'll encounter everywhere in this field, the instantaneous value. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Instantaneous values sounds like something from a complex physics textbook. But I promise you, the idea behind it is incredibly simple and intuitive. It's all about capturing a moment in time. By the end of this session, you won't just understand the definition, you'll be able to see it, visualize it, and truly grasp why it's so important. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore this together. Let's begin by looking at the title at the top of our screen, highlighted in yellow, instantaneous value. Right below it, we have our formal definition. Let's read it and then break it down piece by piece. It says, it is the value of an AC quantity at a particular instant of time. Okay, let's dissect that sentence. First, what is an AC quantity? The AC stands for alternating current. Unlike direct current, which flows steadily in one direction like water from a tap, alternating current is constantly changing. It flows one way, then reverses and flows the other way, over and over again. The two most common AC quantities we talk about are current and voltage. So, an AC quantity is just a value, like current or voltage, that is continuously changing its direction and its strength. Next, the phrase at a particular instant of time. This is the heart of our topic. An instant is a single, frozen moment. Think about using the pause button on a video. The video is full of motion, but when you hit pause, you see one single, static frame. That frame captures everything as it was at that exact instant. The instantaneous value is the electrical equivalent of that paused frame. It's not the average value over a minute, or the highest value it will ever reach, it's the value, right now. Now let's look at the second sentence. The magnitude of the waveform as taken at any point of time is called instantaneous value. The word magnitude here simply means how much or the size of the value. Is it 5 volts? 10 amps? Minus 3 amps? That number is the magnitude. And a waveform is simply a picture or a graph that shows us how a quantity changes over time. So, this second sentence is just another way of saying the same thing. If you look at the picture of the change in current, the waveform, and you pick any single point in time, the height of the wave at that exact point is its instantaneous value. This beautiful graph on our screen is our waveform. It's the visual story of our AC current. Let's get to know it a bit better. Look at the two lines that form the skeleton of this graph. These are called the axes. The horizontal line at the bottom, the one going from left to right, is the time axis. It represents the passage of time. You can see it's labeled with the word time. As we move along this line to the right, time is moving forward. You'll notice some symbols here, 0, pi, and 2 pi. In AC circuits, we often measure the progression of a wave in terms of angles, where 2 pi represents one complete cycle. So, from 0 to 2 pi, our wave completes one full journey before it starts repeating itself. The vertical line on the left, labeled with a capital I, is our current axis. This tells us the magnitude, or the strength, of the current. The starting point, where the two axes meet, is 0. When the white wave goes above the time axis, it means the current is flowing in the positive direction. When it dips below the time axis, it means the current has reversed and is now flowing in the negative, or opposite, direction. The elegant, curving white line is our sine wave. This is the classic, smooth shape of the AC that powers our homes. Watch its journey. It starts at 0 current at time 0. Then, it rises smoothly to a maximum positive value, its peak. After hitting the peak, it starts to decrease, passing through 0 again at the time marked pi. It doesn't stop there, it continues to go down, reaching a maximum negative value, before finally rising back up to 0 at the time marked 2 pi to complete its cycle. Now for the most exciting part. How does this all connect to our instantaneous value? Look closely at those thin, vertical, teal-colored lines inside the first half of the wave. Each one of these lines is a visual representation of an instantaneous value. They are our snapshots in time. The text on the right says, the value of I1, I2, I3, and so on, gives the value of the sine wave at that instant of time. Imagine we start our stopwatch at time 0. A fraction of a second later, we take our first measurement, I1. You can see the blue line is quite short. At this instant, the current is still small. We let a little more time pass and measure again. This is I2. The line is taller, the instantaneous current has increased. We continue this process with I3, I4, I5, and so on. With each snapshot, as we move towards the peak of the wave, the instantaneous value gets larger and larger. Right at the very top of the curve would be the absolute highest instantaneous value, which we call the peak value. After the peak, we continue taking measurements, I7, I8, I9, I10, I11. Notice how the blue lines are now getting shorter again. The instantaneous values are decreasing as the wave heads back down towards 0. Each of these I values, I1, I2, I3, and all the others, is a separate, distinct instantaneous value. They are all different because they were measured at different instants in time. This leads us to the final, crucial point on our image, the notation. In the world of electronics, we use a specific shorthand to talk about these values. It says, instantaneous value of current equals I, a lowercase I. Instantaneous value of voltage equals V, a lowercase v. This is a universally understood convention. Whenever you see a lowercase I or v in a formula or a diagram, it's a signal to you that we are talking about a value that is changing with time. It's not a fixed number. It's a variable. In contrast, when we talk about a fixed value like the peak current, we often use a capital letter, like Imax. So, lowercase means at this instant, while uppercase often refers to a constant characteristic of the wave. Let me leave you with one final analogy to lock this concept in your mind. Think of a Ferris wheel at an amusement park. The wheel is constantly rotating. Your height above the ground is constantly changing. If someone takes a picture of you on the Ferris wheel, that picture captures your exact height at that single moment. That is your instantaneous height. When you're at the very bottom, your instantaneous height is at its minimum. As you rise, your instantaneous height is continuously increasing. When you're at the very top, your instantaneous height is at its maximum, or peak, value. As you come down the other side, your instantaneous height is continuously decreasing. The AC waveform is just like the Ferris wheel ride. The instantaneous value is simply the height of the current or voltage at any single photographable moment in its cyclical journey. So, let's recap. The instantaneous value is the precise value of a changing AC quantity, like current or voltage, measured at one specific moment in time. It's a snapshot, a single frame in the movie of electricity. We see it on a graph as the height of the waveform at any point, and we represent it with a lowercase letter, I for current and V for voltage. Understanding this fundamental concept is the key that unlocks the door to analyzing almost everything else in AC circuits. It's the starting point, the foundation upon which all other calculations are built. Thank you so much for joining me on this detailed exploration. I hope you now feel confident and clear about what instantaneous value truly means. Keep asking questions, stay curious, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.